So, are you guys ready for the Pokemon Go review?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I can deliver mine really brief. It's buggy and the server's down right now.
Nice.
There you go.
Pretty much.
It's down right now. Right this minute.
What are you going to do?
All right. Well, now, JM and Amy
How
have
do
the
people
actual...
live before Friday?
JM and Amy have the actual proper Pokemon Go review. I'm actually curious to find out, because I've read the news stories. We've gotten all the propaganda and stuff. Like, we just went down a bunch of it. But the actual experience itself of playing, how are you guys finding the game, like, as an experience? It's augmented reality. This is a new venture for them. Mm-hmm. You know, before it's not just an RPG, it's not just basically a gimmick game. Like things like Snap I mentioned was a straight gimmick game. How?
But Snap was so good.
Snap was terrible.
Snap was okay. Well,
a little microphone.
Here's my review then.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a really bad target for Pokemon Go because I love Pokemon Snap, and I love the little mini games inside Pokemon. I want to go play the slots in Vermilion City or whatever. I want to do that. And Pokemon Go for me is not that engaging because I really like the story, really like discovering new Pokemon types, etc. And I'm not one of those people that gotta catch them all. And my main issue with the game is, for me, it's just super repetitive. There's nothing else to do. Maybe they're going to introduce more features, but at least right now, and particularly when you're at a lower level, it's really just, oh, I caught a Rattata. Oh, I caught 12 more Rattatas. Cool.
Okay, you sound very exciting so far.
Yeah, it's thrilling.
Some kind of multi-international phenomenon.
I do understand the joy it's bringing to others. I understand people saying like, yo, I walked across the bridge and I caught 6 Pokemon and then I got to MIT and the MIT dorm was a Pokeball stop.
Is there like an end?
There's 150
game? It's 151 at least.
At least.
So I think as of right now, they maybe have the original 151, but we don't know what more they may do over time, because one of the interesting things, at least, is it's an app. It can be updated and changed at any point. They can always, what we're seeing now, 6 months from now, it might be completely different. There's just no way to know.
Yeah, they're gonna do like a cross promotion with like Monster High. Yeah, it's gonna be like all.
See, then I'd love that.
Goth Pokemon.
Speaking as a Monster High doll myself, I would love that.
Yep, you're decked out in the Monster High gear today. All right. So Jay,
I'm coming from a different lens. I mean, my interaction with Pokemon was very limited. Like you said, we was in high school, it dropped, and I watched a couple episodes. I was like, I'm not necessarily feeling the premise. I'm like, I'm okay with it.
A little bit of like animal cruelty to me.
Honestly,
oh man, I got friends that are real mad.
At that time, I really thought that. At the time, I'm sitting here like, you're smacking this creature in the head with a ball, you're keeping it. Then you train them up to fight other creatures.
It's animal mandingo fighting, son.
So at that time, 15, 16-year-old Thriller Priest was mad at this. You fast forward now, I'm like, why not?
It wasn't so bad.
So I mean, I see this as good for like your casual player, like Amy mentioned. Your purists aren't gonna really like it because it's very limited. If you're a commuter, it's really something that's pretty easy for you to do while you're on the train.
I see it perfect for that. Or if you're walking to work, if you have a 15-minute walk to work, well, congratulations, it's now 45.
Stopping every 2 minutes to swipe your thumb up.
But gameplay wise, it's only been out less than a week. I really look forward to seeing what they do with it over time, because it's just truly been crashing infinitely. I caught a Pokemon earlier today, for example, and it just stayed in the ball and nothing progressed, and I had to quit out. This has been happening to a lot of people.
It's been happening to a lot of people.
So they really just need to get their stuff together and like make some improvements on the bugginess in the servers. There's also been a couple people now, some say conspiracy theorists, some say wary, that when you sign up for the game, it asks to link a Google account, and people are getting, a little squoobly over the fact that it may or may not have access to all of your information, and they're like,
why does
Pokemon need this? I personally just made an email account for Pokemon, but not everybody does stuff like that.
It was definitely a little odd. I was waiting for the sign in with your Facebook. I'm like,
it makes you sign in with a Google account.
With a Google account. I'm like, Google.
So people are getting a little wary of it. We'll see what happens. I
mean, that's another thing. We're easy targets. Just give us your information. Be like, sure.
Look, Squirtle looks really trustworthy. I'd give him my social security number. That guy's legit.
He's not gonna go open up a credit card account.
Hey kids, sign in with your checking account number.
Adopt children under my name.
Give me your social security number.
Squirtle seems like a rad dude.
But I mean, I think it's gonna. I'm not sure it's gonna have longevity. Honestly, I mean, I think Amy's a little more hopeful than I am. I honestly think this is gonna fall away along with like tap tap tap. Remember that was all the rage where you sit on the train, you tap your thumbs to the music, to the beat of the music. It was really big. It was like the iPhone version or the mobile version of Rock Band or whatever. And it was really big that it just dropped.
Well, this has the nostalgia factor to it, so I think it has a time and a place, and the cultural zeitgeist of Pokemon is only getting more fever pitched, and I think I can see it teetering off a bit this fall in November when Sun and Moon are released, because the diehard Pokemon fans are most likely going to veer onto that. But this is really speaking to a lot of mainstream media, and as I said, people who have maybe not touched a handheld device game in maybe even 10, even more years are gravitating to this because it is low impact. Oh, I'm going to log into Pokemon Go, take a walk around my neighborhood, catch a couple Pokemon. All right, now I'm home.
I guess I just underestimated how big this was. Like I said, because I missed it. You know what I mean? I wasn't involved, and none of my friends were as well. But like how giant, how many fans this thing has, and how like just madhouses people are going for, and I was just like, really? Is that big?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pokemon, I think.
I get it now, but I'm like just kind of seeing it, and I'm just like, wow. I had no idea. I didn't really have any idea.
It's a juggernaut, my friend.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing I want to know is, after you catch the Pokemon, are you committed to like training them? Is that what's going on here?
No, the way you basically train them is by sacrificing other Pokemon to them. Now, this I can get behind.
This is so awful.
So I know.
I just learned this today.
If you catch a Zubat, let's say, and you want to level up that Zubat, you need to catch like 6 more Zubats, and what you do is you quote unquote transfer it to the Pokemon professor, who is like this weirdly attractive older dude. They definitely are tapping into that Tumblr daddy crowd with really Professor Willow. I'm not just saying this to be weird.
It's the truth.
He's genuinely this like older silver fox guy in like bike shorts, and like his muscles.
It's like Don Draper's like spinning a
scotch. Yeah, no, like it really is. It's a little like, where's Birch?
He's in a bathrobe.
Sit down on my lap for a minute. We'll talk about this.
Okay, that's creepy. All right, so virgin sacrifice mode is how you actually build up your Pokemon when you have the ultimate Pokemon. Yeah, are you just trying for rares? Or are you trying for like?
I mean, you can hold down, so you can join one of 3 teams, which was Instinct, Valor, and Mystic, and their mascots are all the different. What are those called? Legendary birds from the first thing. So you got Ice Bird, Freezy Bird, Zappy Bird,
Free Bird.
And you join these teams,
kills at every bar.
And you can go take over a gym, which really just means you battle until the gym turns the color of your team. And then I guess that drops items for you and other people on your team. And
stole that mechanic from Saints Row.
It's okay. I mean, I'll be honest. It's just not engaging for me. But if you're one of those people that's like, I love collecting everything, and I want to be the most #1 player and such. Like if you,
Amy, you got to be the very best.
No, man, it's cool.
Like no one.
I don't.
No one ever was.
I'm a hex maniac. I just want lots of ghost Pokemon. I'm cool.
Nah, you know what's up. Okay, to catch them, that's your real test. All right.
Don't start me.
Not
I can sing the whole thing in Spanish. You don't want to start this.
You don't want this. You don't want to do this.
You don't want to go down this path.
Oh man,
I believe it.
All right, so I guess just give me the proper lowdown then. I won't harp on too many points. I understand it's new, it's fresh. Amy's not feeling as much.
If you're super into Pokemon, pick it up. Otherwise, if you're indifferent, I give it a couple weeks to sort itself out.
I agree.
Okay.
Give it a couple, unless you're like, oh my god, I need to play it. I need to get ahead right now. I recommend pick it up if you feel like it, but it's probably going to get its stuff together in a couple weeks.
You think it had to by now,
Well, I mean, it's Pokemon. They know they're going to make their money either way. So
I'm sure they're not hearing it from anybody, too.
Man, they are kicking back and wiping their faces with bills.
Oh, yeah. They're sitting on a throne of money right now.
I mean, they're
smoking a cigar, which calms them down a little bit. But
then, it's a free download, but it's making its money through microtransactions, right?
I mean, if you want to,
that's where the money's going to go. Because let's say you run out of Pokeballs, you want to buy stuff, you need a thing called Pokecoins, and let's just put it this way: you can buy 14,000 of them for $100.
You know the game Ski Safari? It's just like a little dude that goes down this hill, and it's like this endless runner kind of game.
Yeah,
is that the one where you get
and I
eaten by
spent
the
like
Yeti?
$25 to like get coins and like buy different things, and that's just this game. You know what I mean? I can't imagine I was deep into like Pokemon. Have my money.
If you're the kind of person that needs to collect all the stuff too, it will eat up your money. Like I have a friend that plays Final Fantasy 14, and she buys every level up and add-on, and that's who they're banking on for this.
The devil gives you the first one for free.
Yep. Real quick, perfect example is you can get eggs, and if you want to hatch those eggs, you got to walk around, and there's no real way to cheat at it. If you put it in an incubator, it hatches faster. Surprise, surprise! You you can buy an upgraded incubator in the
Genius.
store.
I love when we used to play this game called Gunbound, in which was it was like basically a rip off of Worms. Every coordinate battle game forever is going to be a rip off of Worms.
Yeah.
But that's what it was. You play this little like big headed 10-year-old kid in his own like mini spaceship, and you're just having coordinate battles with other little weird 10-year-olds with big heads. It was no explanation. It was like an episode of Twilight Zone. No explanation as to why you're in a place. You're fighting the 10-year-olds. You've all got spaceships, and
Rod
armaments.
Sterling.
Yeah, weird stuff. And it was a free download, and somehow this made it into the corporate sector. We're playing this at work every day. Everyone in my company at lunch. Like it's just loaded up on their machine.
The
We all
loser
have.
section over here.
We just have this hour-long battle of like an entire company of like 40 people. 35 of them are playing the game.
Wow.
CEOs walking around like, "Are you all actually working?"
I don't know what you're doing here, but I like it.
And the game itself was free. To play is free, but to play with the absolute basic stuff is free.
Always.
Yeah. And the way they made their money, which this was where looking back, this was just a racket. Okay, they were slick with it. It's not you buy new armaments and you buy weapons and stuff. It's you buy a flag and you buy a jacket and you buy a hat for your guy. You know, you style them.
It's like Marlboro Miles.
Yeah, everyone else looks exactly the same, except they'll be bald-headed, they'll be red-headed, they'll be they'll have black hair or something, they'll be blonde. Or if I want to make my dude black, I gotta pay a price. If I want to make my dude a woman, I gotta pay a price. If I want to give my dude a red shirt as opposed to a blue, gotta pay a price. You know, if I want to differentiate it in any way, stylize it in any way, and you would see people like be really elaborate with it. Like I would say maybe I would consider for like a week or two, maybe I'm gonna spend $5 to get my dude a hat and some shades and something, make him really look good, and devote $5 to this game because I see how much they charge for this stuff. And then you play online once, and there are all these folks that have, oh, I've got mine and a big Terminator robot, and mine has wings, and mine has a flag, and he's, you know, it's got a whole motif going. And I'm like, okay, this is how they make their money, because I know I'm a person with common sense who's like, I don't really want to do this, but maybe I'm being left behind. Maybe I'll spend a couple of bucks here or a couple of Pokecoins. And then there are folks who are like balls to the wall, have more money than sense, and will exploit that to the fullest.
Sure.
And I mean, I think that's the reason why I think it will start petering off at some point, purely because of that. I mean, this game's only been out for a couple days now.
Yeah,
but you
the
already have
fever
gyms.
pitch has reached.
The fever pitch has reached that you already have gyms that are stacked with people with combat power in the thousands already. And it's difficult for you to get combat power to thousands in 3 days. I mean,
It's difficult.
unless you drop money. Unless you drop money and you've had alternative methods in which you're able to stack up your power. So it's like, you know, people are doing that.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's me, I'm like, I'm not spending any money on this. And after I wear myself out, get tired of just catching Pokemon. Okay, now I need to go to the next level and try to, you know, catch a gym or see what I'm gonna do. And you realize you're going in you're fighting an uphill battle and fighting people in the gym who you know is pouring money into their Pokemon, literal money, buying the coins or whatever. Then I'm just like, yo, screw it, I'm not gonna do it, because in the end, I'm only gonna hit a certain max. And that's why I think it's going to peter off.
All right.
When I was a kid, if I wanted to ignore someone on the MBTA, I had to read the Metro. They still make the Metro? Is that still
They do. I always see them
Really?
crumpled into piles on the
Yeah,
floor.
well, that
they
was what you read if you wanted to like not make eye contact with people on the train. Now you just have your phone and these games.
Oh, now they're
For
probably
better
wipe
said.
up the homeless guy's semen.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Whoa.
I